you go.
Zombie apocalypse.
Safety cars gone, green lights lit, we are underway. And good start for the two Protons. I see one in second position and third as well, in fact.
That's an,
And Sepang trying to take the outside on turn 1. Has he got the inside line on turn 2? Also, it's getting tougher commentating, let's just say. But it's all go at the moment. Mitchell Chia leading. Tedco Racing, Chin in second. Sepang Ali in the other Proton R3 currently in third. Richard Wee of Clearwater Racing in fourth. Mitchell Gilbert of OD Racing in fifth. Then you've got the two Honda Malaysia drivers, Tengku Izan and Aaron Lim, currently 6th and 7th. Adam Khalid, who is in the same team as
Hafiz
Sharin and Alistair Young. Haruman, as his teammate Mitchell Chia, is doing the business out there at the moment.
He is Mitchell Chia, as I mentioned earlier, coming into this race on the back of a few great performances this year. Obviously, a big talent from the Sepang International Circuit.
Yellow and blue Proton, distinctive colours of the Proton R3 team.
So as we move into lap 7,
further down the field, not just here to make up the numbers, but finding the pace. Now, if you're intrigued about 2- and 4-wheel racing, then there is a race coming up.
For a refuel, and perhaps then the other teams can start looking at possible ways to try and shave off that advantage.
5 of the top 10 are currently the track, so it's a dash of petrol, change of tyres, change of driver, and they're back out there again. 157 laps to go, so a massively long way to go yet.
So this is the strategy, I think, for most teams to come and change tyres, fuel up, change drivers as well. But you can see the difference between them and Mitchell.
That's why the fans are out in force. Of course, a lot of them are here to see Hafiz Sharin. Well, his teammate, Alistair Young,
and Mitchell has just reduced the timing. He's
977. We'll be easing that into the pits very, very. So now we're back with live pictures as far as the gaps between 1, 2, 3 and 4 are concerned. But Fitra Eri had the fastest lap last time out, 239.266 for Tedco Racing. That is a super fast lap.
Leonachin has been one of the most consistent drivers.
As well as Sepang Ali, as well as Aditya Patel. They've all chosen to pit at this time. So Mitchell Chia is out there with Fitra Eri.
A lot of them are still on their first pit stops. Mitchell Chia, I do not foresee him going into pits anytime soon, because
I don't know if Mitchell Chia knows that he has a teammate. I reckon Mitchell Chia just gonna blitz everybody for the whole 181 laps.
You can just imagine Farid Haruman jumping in his seat. He's itching to get into action as well.
And we know Farid Haruman is no slow coach either. He's in there, he's prime, and Mitchell is doing a great job so far in the opening 50 laps.
Yes, it would take a commendable effort from Tariq Haruman to actually follow in the footsteps of Mitchell as we go into an interview, I believe, Ross.
Yeah, I believe Mio has somebody from 778 Autosports.
His mind is just pretty much. How are they going to deal with this challenge that is going to come their way? Which is
just before the front straight.
That'll be very interesting to see if Mitchell Chia is immediately going to start opening up a gap from the chasing pack. He's now has a 2.42 second lead over Masu Chen as we see Leonard Chin making the turn.
Yeah, that's the 9th place car, Leonard Chin there in car number 8. One of the Proton R3 team. Well, at one point he was about 48. Farik Karaman, his teammate, is just sitting in pits, raring to get out on track, and we know how fast Farik is.
Yes, Farik was, if I remember correctly, shaving between 30 seconds to a minute on every lap at one point of the race. And he featured more than Shafiq Ali during that championship winning run last year. So Proton R3 have an absolute asset just waiting in the wings to come on.
Now Mitchell Chia has just started lap number 60. 121 to go. For sale. Everybody's going to go out and buy a Proton Iriz after this.
I think so. This car, as you mentioned, has been tweaked for optimum level, but that does not do justice to the skills.
So they come round to complete lap number 60. Now we see the age of dominance here from the Proton R3 team. They've really entered into the racing fold and just announced themselves in the best possible way by winning races, by blowing away opponents.
It could also be the age of young drivers' dominance, as seen by the skills of Mitchell Chia.
Now, that is our leader in the S-Class, Juzaili Jasme of DNT Tune, car number 60, is leading the S-Class at the moment. Abdul Kathir is very close behind. William Chong of Rios Racing is third in that S-Class category. There you go, the S production race. Top 8 classification on your screen right now. S-Class, Juzaili Jasme behind the wheel of that Honda Jazz for DNT Tune. Currently 13th overall, but leading the S production class.
He's about 8 seconds
of the Vios class.
I think it was a great interview with Mio and also Alistair Young just now on how he spoke about his teammates and the pace that
1 minute 15 second lead over the second place man, who is at the moment Faris Fauzi of Honda Malaysia. They're they're the only two cars on lap 76 at the moment. Faris and Chia.
So Faris is into second place now, replacing Freddy with at pit stop earlier.
Shafiq Ali is still a good lap behind his teammate. He's about 2 minutes 33 behind Mitchell Chia. Shafiq is in 5th for the Proton R3 team. 13 seconds behind Tengku Ezan's Honda Jazz in 4th. So that's a battle brewing there.
Overtake anyone, as you see.
For 23 Motors, that's car number 23, who's currently 11th overall. They're on lap 73. So they've been lapped 4 times by Mitchell Chia, but still leading in the S production class. Car number 23, that's Abdul Kathir of 23 Motors. That's Ahmad Faizri of DNT Tune, 2nd in the S production class. It's 0.1 of a second behind Abdul Kathir, so there's a battle brewing there for the S production. They come down the back straight.
I think the good news for a lot of these drivers is the rain seems to have stopped almost completely. So they are back to racing on an almost dry surface.
Now, race control has just announced that car number 9 has a stop and go penalty. That's Siti Shakira of the high ref SIC Tashi. Car 999 is in 43rd position, 28th in the S production class.
It's on the banks, on the turns. And it'll be an absolute dream finish for this Proton R3 team if they get everybody on podium. 1, 2, 3. Saw the team principal Gary Lee all smiles. He must be over the moon as.
Yeah, we've had everything so far this Saturday afternoon. We've had blazing hot weather at the start of the race. We've had a period of rain. We've had the safety car out for about 5 laps because of oil spillage. And we're looking at the leader of the S production class at the moment. Car number 60 is Ahmad Faizri of DNT Tune. He's 8th overall, leading in the S production class. It's been a stirring drive from Ahmad Faizri in that Honda Jazz.
But I think of all the dramas that we've witnessed today, probably the biggest setback was for car 910, suffered by Hafiz Sharin, Alistair Young, and also Brad Place. He is a minute and a half away from Farid Haruman, but he has been keeping that pace for a very long time, Muhammad Faris, and keeping a considerable distance from Shafiq Ali as well.
Yeah, Faris Fauzi is pretty much driving his own race at the moment for the Honda Malaysia racing team. As you say, minute and a half either way, minute and a half trailing the leader, minute and a half between himself and the 3rd place car of Shafiq Ali, so good distance. But survive, still on track. Back with live pictures, and that's
So you mentioned just now that it will be great to see a 1-2-3 Proton R3 finish, and we are slowly inching closer to that because Leona Chin has just been moved up to 5th.
Yeah, but you see how close Mitchell Chia is behind. In fact, Mitchell Chia is about to lap Leona Chin and the car in front of her in a few moments. Now, 23 motors, car 23 is to report to race control, as is car number 45. That's also 23 motors. Shahnaz Ahmad and Sim Kwong Tek. That's the OD Racing team. Aditya Patel, who was riding quite high at one stage, but kind of riding deep in gravel at the moment.
Yeah, it was not really been going great for Aditya as well. He had that penalty earlier on and now stuck in gravel.
So Mitchell Chia has lapped Leona Chin. He's lapped right up to 5th place.
It is very interesting tactical play by the Proton R3 team because Farid Haruman had not been on track for a long time before Mitchell eventually took over, and we were 8 hours and 44 minutes. That is the time to beat for any winning team today. That was the winning time done or produced by Farid Haruman and also Shafiq Ali last year. So let's see if the winners this year can actually top. Yes, mammoth indeed. As you mentioned, 3 minutes 17 seconds over 71 laps may not be a big issue to many, but the consistency that both Mitchell and Farid have been displaying throughout the duration of this race has been absolutely impeccable. And just going back,
when Farid Haruman is behind the wheel, it's darker. It's after 6 p.m.
They're just glitching their way, they're just like overtaking somebody. And expect the floodlights to be
the progress that he is making year in, year out. Pit. Leading the S category, S production category for most of the race has been this car here, car number 60, Team DNT Tune. At the moment, Ahmad Faizri is behind the wheel. They've been consistent. They've also beaten a few M production cars to maintain this 8th place overall. First in their S-Class category. Great driving from Team DNT Tune.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, they have been there ever since Leona Chin went into pit a couple of hours back. That is when DNT Tune assumed 8th spot, and they have been there ever since. Ahmad Faizri and the DNT Tune team.
Working his way past all the back markers. Now you can see the rain falling now. It's not him. That's not very nice. Somebody's missing a massive part. It's not the drive shaft, is it? Siding the way past the back markers.
And we spoke about earlier about Shafiq Ali and also Mitchell Chia and the amount of ground.
Can you imagine driving out there for what, 9-10 hours?
Yeah.
So back up front, Mitchell Chia wonder if he's humming to himself there. Must be lonely in P1. 3 minutes 56 seconds in front of your next closest challenger.
It's been the theme for him this whole race. He'll be back with a big point of proof, having ended this race rather prematurely. He'll go back to Valencia, do a little bit of thinking, and then jet back to Kuala Lumpur and be prepared for 2 big races. One in the motorbike endurance race, and after that will be followed with the FIA endurance race.
Sharul and his teammate as well, Shafiq Ali, done superbly well.
Yeah, absolutely amazing, especially and we all know what are the stakes for the defending champions.
So here we go with the official results, and Tariq Hairuman and Mitchell Chia in the Proton R3 first, Shafiq Ali and Admi Sharul in the Proton R3 second, Aaron Lim, Faris Fauzi third in the Honda, Boy Wong, Danis Ng of Wing Hin in fourth, Adam, Freddie and Gilbert of High Rev in fifth, Tengku Dejan, Tengku Elan Lei of Honda in sixth, Leona Chin and the ladies team in seventh, Ayat, Faisri and Jasmine of DNT Tune, also a very good race by them, in eighth, Rios Racing in ninth, and High Rev, Rahimi and Heikel in 10th.
Yes, in the 11th spot we have Rios Racing, the combination of Seino, Honda and Obara. Ho William in 12th, Toyota, Benny Tay and the Chok and also Ng. We have a 14th place where we have Daniel, Conrad, Lewis.
And the rest of the field there, where you can see 23 Auto, 778 Autosport in 23rd position. ST Wangan Racing Team, a pretty disappointing day for the ST Wangan team. They did quite well last year and nowhere near as good this time around. Just some of the finishes and where they finished, you can see some cars 50 odd laps behind the race winner.
Yeah, and there's some 100 plus laps. But ultimately, I think all of them really have to give themselves a huge
61 position, Hafiz Sharif.